Hello there everyone, welcome back to the Road to 100 where we will be continuing our journey and our look into light damage and how it scales and what different items we can go for. So here we are going to see the Queen Blood Code, and we're finally going to get a chance to look at the Argent King Wolf's Blade or the Argent Wolf King's Blade, and we're going to run the gifted version since we will be pairing up with Eva eventually throughout the run here before we get up to the butterfly. However, as a fortified version of the weapon, this is the most possible damage under normal circumstances, but when you're gifted, paired with Eva, paired with something with extreme light scaling, and you can get down Survival Instinct to get light damage even more. Oh, let's drink some water quick. The gifted version can do the most damage on weapon strikes in the game, and it goes a little bit higher than the fortified, but it's such an extreme one-off case that there's never really a use for it. But the fortified is the best overall striking damage weapon in the game. Now we're going to be running Queen, as we have our gifts here buffed in a certain way or our stats in a certain way so we can get access to the Blazing Claw. And the Argent King, or the Argent Wolf King's Blade, has a unique attack in the regular heavy attack, as it is a fairly good stagger, as well as a damaging attack to hit the enemy in such a way that okay, we'll just do it here and see. Okay, so you see that red beam that comes out of it. That's part of the Argent Wolf Cross that the Skull King does, and if it connects with an enemy, you regain one Ichor. And if it does not connect with the enemy, it damages the enemy anyways. But if it strikes the enemy, then you get that Ichor back that you used to go ahead and use the attack in the first place. It also has a massive stagger built into it, and it does considerable amounts of damage, even if the beam does not strike an enemy. But it is a devastating attack of most kinds. As you can see there, we have the baseball swing for our launch attack, and what an attack it is. So we are not below our 1750, that would be 30,500. We are not below half health yet. Now, Swallow Cutter is great because it simply knocks the enemy down, and it gives you time to reallocate where you're sitting and where you're thinking. Okay, so Bridge to Glory is over, so you can see that we are without damage. So we have to go for Bridge and go for several backstabs here. Now we have pretty good light damage in the barrage, and since these guys are weak to lightning, we go ahead and just pick up on the fact that we can do really good damage whether we're using our blade or we're using light. And we'll go for the backstab here, so we load up before going into the parking deck. And the running overhead attack is extremely devastating for the enemy as well. So we'll go ahead and buff ourselves more damage. So the blade right now is doing 2165, and we could be doing a little bit more here with the fortified. But again, the point is to, when we go for Eva, now we are 28-24, so we're closing in on the fortified very quickly. Okay, and Let's go for another backstab. Now all our drain attacks are increased, so that's very good. So we'll go for a swallow cutter, and you can see 34-24. And we are closing in on the fortified. We are neck and neck with it. And swallow cutter is extremely quick, so we're able to take that guy out very quickly and effectively. So this is how you make the gifted version of the King's Blade higher than the fortified. Now this is not anything that you can, I found yet, to do one-shots with, but it's definitely a lot of fun to see that a gifted weapon can go higher than one of the highest damaging weapons in the game, albeit just a different variant of itself. And this is where the power of that extra 50% additive bonus comes into play in a big way. And if we go down a little bit more health, we get Eva paired up here, we could also be doing more damage from the 525 I think we get from Survival Instinct added to our weapon. Okay. Oh, here's this fellow wants to play, so we'll go for backstab on him. Okay. Now, since this is a heavy weapon, we will definitely be in serious trouble when we miss an attack. Okay. So now we will run up here, and we will hack the dogs, and there we go. So now, whoops, now we are right on the heels there. Now if we go for this one, now we are higher than the fortified, and if we go for this, we will be much higher than the fortified. So we're 143 above the fortified, which is great. Now we'll get some backstabs here. Okay. Okay, and line up. There we go. Now I don't really want to use swallow cutter here just yet, so we will run over here, and we'll use it on this fella. Okay. And we'll get a backstab here. Now this fella will join us, but that's okay, as I wanted to get a swallow cutter there. That was very good. Okay. So you can see that we have considerable damage from the gifted version. And we definitely don't want to be getting hit anymore, so we're going to have to take our time here. And the pairing of these gifts together is pretty good, as it can put the enemy down very quickly. Okay. And since we want to put that guy down so he doesn't get after us right quick, we can just knock him down with a swallow cutter, and we can have pretty quick gifts paired with a very slow pairing here of weapon and blood veil. But that's okay, because as you can see, our ichor regen is fairly considerable. Oh. So we were not fast enough, as we did not have the gift accelerator from Eva, but that's okay. We can go ahead and pick this up. Now we can go ahead and heal one, and then we can go ahead and use one right back, and that'll put us back up to 10, and we are still below half health here, so we're still getting the bonus. So let's go for bridge, and let's go for Eva again. So this is how you want to pair up with Eva along the way here, so you continuously do really good damage with your weapon all the way through the level. Now we'll go ahead and hack him down very easily. Okay, that's a one-shot. Okay, I thought that guy was real. This guy's real. Okay, and you can see that the running attack is extremely devastating to even the simplest little guys there. Okay, good job, Eva. So because we're doing so much damage quickly, we can pair up with Eva very well, and our drain rating is 0.9, so we're doing really, really good damage overall. Okay, and we'll go for a backstab here, just to get that extra drain that we're affording ourselves out of the communal here with Eva. Oh. Okay, now the dogs are a definite problem if they get onto us, but since we're able to smash them down very quickly and effectively because of paired up with Eva's communal here and everything, we can do that right quick. Okay, there we go. There we go. So it's kind of like whack-a-mole with this weapon, which is completely fine with me because it makes for just such a fun time smashing all the enemies. There we go. And we killed both of these guys in one hit there with the heavy swing. Now let's wait for bridge before the monkeys get out of hand here. And there we go. So without bridge, this weapon paired up this way kind of falls apart. Okay. And the swing, the wide swing there, is very good for knocking enemies down, staggering them, making sure you go for all kinds of problematic ways of dispatching the enemy. And between Lightning Barrage and Swallow Cutter, you have a really, really good chance to be doing devastating damage quickly and effectively to one enemy specifically. Oops. Okay. Oops, almost just fell. Now Eva does blood damage with her bayonet and such, so we can count on her really, really well. Oops. So Feral Tenacity there kept us alive, which was great, since we are at 1 health. Okay, now let's go ahead and heal. Okay, now remember we want to stay as much as we can below that halfway mark there, so we will wait for Cognitive Zeal. Good. We'll knock him down and go for a Lightning Barrage. So the knockdown is kind of what we're banking on here. Whoops. Oh, can't hit the guy. Sometimes you can hit that guy with different things that reach through the fence. So we'll go for Feral Tenacity again. Now since our mind scaling is so high, I believe it reduces the amount of health, or the health point where you take fatal damage. I'm not exactly sure on that. That's why I kind of wanted to see how this does. Now we are we're above half health, so we lost our amount there, but that's okay. As we head up into here, we're gonna need all the health we can get. Now this may put her up over the edge. Nope. Whoops. We are focused and dead. Okay. Let's go for a... Oh. Okay. Let's go for a launch. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, good grief. Sometimes you just get the wrong roll of the dice there with these encounters, as they make for some goofy, you can't get your weapon attack off, or what you want to do is not the right thing to do in that moment, but we'll definitely make it through here. It's just a minor setback. It's just a flesh wound, right? Okay, so we'll go for Feral Tenacity, this, and Bridge. Oh, come on. Okay, good. Yeah, you need to stop that. You don't need any friends over here. Okay, we'll go for another backstab. So that was a little unfortunate there on the bridge, but it's what it is. We'll just kill him real quick. So that is the nice thing about pairing with Eva, is that she not only gives you additional damage from... not only additional damage from being paired up like this with her, but also she gives you gift prowess, which allows you to, oh, good grief. it allows you to kill the enemy easier. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oops. Okay, good. Now we got the chunky lady here. Let's go for some backstabs here. Okay. So, so what I was saying about gift prowess is that, or increased gift speed, is that it allows you to get your gifts off faster, like swallow cutter, and so on and so forth, as it can be an issue other ways. Okay. So now we will go for this attack and stagger her. Okay. Good. Okay, Eva, I will try. Now it does not put her down. Good, we pushed her off the edge, which is just how I like it, where she has no ability to retaliate. Okay, so 1558, I believe that will be still half health. Yep. Okay, so that'll give us a chance to take on these people here without hopefully dying. Okay. Okay, good job, Eva. And we gotta dodge that bullet there from that guy, as he will damage us a lot more than we want to. So we'll take a backstab from him, let Eva finish that guy off. And the stagger attack of the heavy attack, we will go ahead and make use of that on her if we can, if she plays nice. Oops. So there's Feral Tenacity again. I cannot get Eva back. And I'm dead. Oh my goodness. Well, I played that wrong. I dodged at exactly the wrong time. That was really unfortunate, so let's drink some water. Okay. So, let's head on back over the bridge, as that is a very problematic area for slow blood codes like this. When you're, well, not blood codes, but a veil paired up to be slow. This actually gives you a very problematic time. And since this weapon is so heavy, it staggers almost any enemy it comes across. There we go. We'll just kill him down there real quick. Okay. So now let's head on up here. And we'll go for a drain on her first. And if she gets up, we will go for a push off the edge here. Okay. Oh, good grief. There's Feral Tenacity again, helping us out. There we go. There's the launch animation. Good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Is everybody dead? Okay, Eva killed everybody else. And as we just kind of tank those hits there, it's a bad idea, but since we have a really rough time getting over the bridge, that's kind of how we have to do it. Excuse me. Okay, so let's head on over here to the lady. And let's get a backstab here. That'll put her down so we can go for a barrage. Good. And we'll go for another backstab and get our I-core back that we used to barrage her. And we'll go for another backstab. And we'll just dance around her here. There we go. Okay, good job, Eva. Alright, and let's head on up. And let's go for a swallow cutter on this fella here. Oh good, we got both. And then we can do the wide swing and get both at one shot. So that's very nice. Oh, come on. There's backstab. And she's making her way down the steps here. So we have to go ahead and get bridge going before she shows up. And we'll push her down the steps here with this attack. Now she's too fat. We can't fit around her while she was on the stairs there. That was kind of interesting, but that's okay. We'll just make our way on up, and we'll just put him down. Good. His dead body is blocking me from the venom. Okay, so now we are coming up to the butterfly, and we need to do fire slash, but since we are running with Eva, we're just going to go for, well, we can go for fire slash, and we can go here and put fire on our weapon, and we can go for the blazing claw, but since we want to utilize the striking pattern of the, or the heavy attack here, we will keep that going, and we will go for anti-venom, and Eva should be okay with whatever we're going to be running here. So we'll head on up, and we will go for several backstabs here to make sure that we have enough I-core, and we got to keep an eye on this fella as he does, as he can kill Eva. As you can see there, her health is extremely low, and he needs to stop that. Now you see that the heavy attack, when we hit that guy, it staggered him, and there it's a knockdown. So it's a very, very strong attack, and it can stagger most enemies and most bosses pretty quickly and effectively. Uh-oh, sneeze. Excuse me. Oof. Okay, so we're coming up on the butterfly, and we're at half health. That's very good. Okay, so we'll go for this, and flame, and Eva. And we'll go for a drain activator, and a mobility enhancer for why not, and more stamina since we're going to be slashing away at her. Now this is going to be pretty rough, as we definitely need to, we need to switch our barrage to a flame barrage. If I can get it here quick. Where's flame? There we go. Oh, there's feral tenacity. Where is she? Oh. Okay. So, we definitely messed this up pretty bad here. Yep. Okay. Too bad. That wasn't even a fair fight because I was switching the barrages. I should have paid a little more attention there, but that's okay. And we will continue on here. We'll go for our backstabs again to make sure that we have enough to stay in the fight, and keep an eye on this fella so he doesn't go kill Eva, because he will absolutely kill her. And she attacks him very quickly and easily and effectively, so that's really bad. Okay, good job, Eva. So feral tenacity is very good in this scenario, especially because it allows us to take the hit, take the damage, to get down to the point where we are pretty much dead, but at the same time it saves Eva from having to heal us in the moment, which is good because we don't want her to worry about too much here while we're gifting and going along. Oops. And we'll do this. Good. And we'll go ahead and heal Eva, or get a heal there for her. And we'll go for a drain, and this, and this, and we'll go for the anti-venom here. So, okay, our flame weapon is almost over, but that's okay. Oh. Okay, let's go for the heavy attack. Oh my goodness. Good grief. That's a little bit of damage there that she can do to us in 1 or 2 attacks. Now, the heavy attack, or not the charge attack, but just the heavy attack, is pretty damaging to her, and it also will stagger her after a few consecutive hits. And it's pretty much guaranteed every time, so it's definitely worth going for. Okay, now he's gonna kill Eva. Don't do it. Oh, he missed him. He missed her. Okay, good. You know, she's gonna kill that guy really quickly. Okay, let's get another backstab, and this time we won't we won't go for the blood sacrifice. We'll just go with what we have, 38. That's pretty good. So that'll get us feral tenacity and a few other things here. Now we may have to go for Eva's gift during the fight.
I've got you covered.
Okay.
Fight however you're comfortable.
Thanks,
Should I
Eva.
just let you do the heavy lifting?
19. Okay, we'll go for some blood sacrifice. Okay.
Thanks.
There we go. Okay. Good. And we'll do this, and we'll go for these again, as that helps us out here at the beginning of the fight. Okay, and let's get our heals going. Okay, so 8,000 damage there on one strike almost. Okay, good. There's the stagger. As you can see, this does exceptional damage to her. Okay, so let's go for flame weapon. And she's going to scream. And she's already staggered again, almost. Okay, there's feral tenacity. And she keeps getting the stagger here. Oops. Okay, let's back up so we don't die. And there we're dead. Come on, Eva. Thank you. Okay. And we have Bridge to Glory still. So, oh, no. No, just poke her. Eva, just poke her. Oh my goodness. When the AI is like, oh, I guess you died. My job is over. It's kind of weird. But you can see there we got her staggered twice during that encounter. And you can do exceptional damage otherwise. But that was kind of a lame encounter there. But it's okay. It's nothing out of the ordinary for me. Oh boy. Yep. Oh, what? Okay. Now this fella is giving us a little bit of extra problems here. And Eva's killing this guy. Good. Okay. Sometimes these areas can be a little more tricky than they ought to be, but we take them in stride.
It's time.
Okay, so let's. I think it's definitely worth it to go for Eva's communal here. Okay, and we'll do this. We'll heal, and we'll go for a couple more here.
Thanks.
And we'll heal one more, and we'll go down, and we'll do this. And we'll do one more blood sacrifice. Now our flame weapon is running out fairly quickly here. Oops. We need this, and we'll go for a drain since we definitely want to utilize flame barrage if we can, but it doesn't look like we're able to get a good use out of it. Okay. Okay, flame weapon's over, so we definitely want to get that going when we can. There we go. There's the stagger. Nope. Okay. Let's go ahead and heal. And let's get Eva back. Okay. There's the stagger. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and heal one more. Okay, and let's go for an attack. Whoa. There we go. Okay, let's go for a flame weapon. There's a stagger. Or at least a stagger. There's feral tenacity. That's nice. And she's gonna shoot us with poison balls. Let's go ahead and heal. Okay. And Bridge to Glory is over. So we'll have to do some of this so we get some I-core back here. Okay. And let's see if we can get a stagger. Oh, nope, because we are out of stamina. So that's the problem with this weapon, as the charge attack takes a lot of stamina to be able to continue the onslaught. Oh no. Okay, we need to back on out of here. Whew. Let's go ahead and heal one. And dodge that. Okay, let's back up. And let's go for a drain activator. Now we are slow mobility still. Okay, there's the stagger, and there we go, we put her down. Okay, so as you can see there, it is a very good weapon, and it's probably one of my favorites in the game, but it just does such good overwhelming stagger damage potential for bosses and for enemies that and since it scales very well with light damage, as you saw there, we put down the Argent King Wolf's Blade fortified, and we were able to do more damage than that one when we were paired up with Blow of Madness here, as that is a straight up 600 additive when you're paired with the gifted version, but it's a 400 additive to scaling when you're paired with a regular version. So it's a little bit about how the Argent Wolfblade can be used, and as it's a light scaler as well, it does very well. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.